It's 1 o'clock in the morning and we just got hit by a car. We're fine. Myself and Spot are fine. The car is not. I was asleep, which I'm gonna probably not mention to the cops because I'm not totally sure how legal it is. But I was unconscious. It's hard to see at night, but that is the side view mirror dangling. I have to wait here till the cops show up and they're taking forever, so I went to get a tea. I don't know how long they're gonna take, but this sucks. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm obviously not gonna get any sleep tonight, and it's gonna be a very hot day, so I guess I'm not getting much done today. It's been about 2 hours now, and I have not seen the cops. I moved after about an hour, but I'm not far, and I can see if a cop car goes by on that street, and there has not been a cop car. Also, they have my phone number, and they should call me if they get there and they don't see me, because they don't know exactly where I was. And this isn't the first time I've had to call the cops, so normally they would call me and be like, hey, where are you? And I have not received a call from them. 2 hours later. So I'm falling asleep at this point. I would like to sleep. I don't actually know if I can fall asleep. This sucks. If you're enjoying this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to my channel. I know what car it is now. It's a Honda. Good morning. So the police never showed up last night. I went to park back exactly where I started, and I ended up passing out. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, I finally got a call from the police saying that they weren't coming, and that I should just go to the police station the next day to file a report, which is crazy because that means that they're not actually going to look at the place where I was hit to see the pieces on the ground, which means that they weren't planning on looking at the pieces at all, which means that they don't care. Like, it's very obvious that the police are not going to do anything. From the way that they're talking to me, from the way that they're acting, they're useless. So I packed up all the pieces and I took them with me. I now know that it was a Honda, and it seems to be their grill that was broken, and it was most likely some sort of an SUV for it to be high enough for the grill to break on my side view mirror. I may or may not take the energy to do my own investigation and start calling all the mechanics in the area and warn them to look out for this kind of thing on people's car. But honestly, I might just let it go, because I can't even call my insurance and claim this because I had the lowest possible insurance that I could get. This car is basically scrap. I'm not going to fix it. So now, as long as I have this car left, I'm gonna have no side view mirror on this side. The wire on the other fan doesn't work. And then I changed the wire, and now the new wire also doesn't work. So now it just doesn't work. And so I have to get this because it's going to be extremely hot again. I want to show you a couple of things that are no longer working on this car just since I've been living in it. Look at this. I have to turn the headlights on just to get that noise to stop. And then I will turn the car off at some point, and I will forget the headlights on. And then the battery will die, and I have to boost the car. So that's been annoying. I've been pretty good at remembering, but sometimes I don't. Another thing that's broken on this car now is that I can't lock or unlock the driver's side door from the outside. I have to do it from the inside, and then I close the door and the car is locked, and then I have to go on to the other side of the car and unlock the passenger door and lean over everything to unlock the driver door from the inside to get in. I realized that I don't actually have to catch the person to file with the insurance, which I'm not going to do anyways. This is more about justice, which I'm also recognizing is kind of stupid because it's just taking a bunch of my energy and time away from what I'm building, when what I really should be doing is just let it go and allow the universe to deal with it. The universe will dish out karma where it sees fit, and it is a far better judge than I am. I just figured out where the pieces came from that were on the ground. They weren't from their car, they were from my car. My hubcap. Unbelievable. They could have killed me and they left no trace. The cops aren't gonna do anything, and even if they wanted to, what are they gonna do about it? The whole thing was very surreal, like right up to the point where when I ripped the reflectix off the windshield to see who was there, and there was nobody there. So this is what happened chronologically. I was asleep, okay, fully unconscious, and then there was an impact where it wasn't so much noise, but I did hear the plastic parts of my car breaking, and the car was violently shaking. It was the violent shake of the car that woke me up. But right before I woke up, it was like part of my mind was still fully unconscious, and part of me was very awake and rational, like as if I was having some kind of an out-of-body experience, where in that exact moment I was fully aware that the car had been hit, and all I could think was, are we okay? Is Spot okay? Are we dead? And then my brain started to wake up, and so in the next moment I was like, oh my God, I have to get up and I have to look outside. I can't see anything because the reflectix is covering the windshield. So in my like foggy minded whatever, I ripped the reflectix literally off the windshield. So it's ripped now. And there was nobody, silence. And that also made me recognize that I didn't hear anything in the first place. I didn't hear brakes squealing. I didn't hear a speed off. I didn't hear any of that. It was just the plastic of the car breaking and the car shaking. That's it. And so I looked outside, obviously, and I couldn't see anybody except for one car far down the street. And that's when I turned the car on and I drove after them. And it was a family, and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? They had no idea what was going on. I got out, I'm like, sorry, this is what happened. I believe you, but I have to check your car anyways. I went to look at their car and it looked fine. It wasn't them. So then I got back in the car. I started driving around a bit. I obviously didn't see anybody. And then I went back to where I was parked and I called the police and I put my contacts on because I'm like, I can't even see what I'm doing right now. If the cops come, they're gonna be like, why are you driving like this? So I put my contacts on while I was getting my bearings, and that's when I started filming this. Looking at it now in the daytime, I can see the dent, which I didn't notice last night. And the scratch here, I can't even tell what color the car was. I'm guessing white or gray. I'm really not sure, but that's all I got. I went from thinking I was onto something, that I knew what kind of car it was, like I'm like, oh, it's a Honda and it's an SUV. Now I realize I know nothing. What's interesting is that I also noticed that this happened about 4 hours after Mars moved into Libra. So when Mars was at 0 degrees of Libra, entering into that kite, well, it was already in the kite, but in Libra now, with Pluto, Uranus, and Saturn, all like the worst malefic planets. Thank God we're alive. I recognize, astrologically especially, that this entire situation is about transformation. It's about basically forcing me to transform or change in some way. And it's in my 4th and 3rd house. So my 4th house and my 3rd house to my son. And if you know, that's home and vehicles and neighborhoods. And so obviously I need to change those things, and the universe is telling me you better get on it. And this is all high on my priority list. I actually have a plan. I know that I haven't uploaded a video in about a week at this point, and you guys are probably like, what happened? Did she give up? I obviously didn't. I have been working on something, and I want to share that with you because I absolutely have a plan.